Stop everything. The dust is still swirling after another explosive week in British politics, and Rupert Lowe is not waiting for anyone to catch up. Labour's new, safe and legal refugee routes are officially on the table. Community sponsorship schemes, student visas, and employer routes that ministers claim will start modestly with just hundreds of arrivals a year. Everyone with half a brain knows these pipelines will explode into thousands once the infrastructure is in place. Home Office data already shows Sudanese and Eritrean nationals topping the small boat arrival charts. Yet now the government wants to fling open the front door while pretending the boats are the only problem. But Rupert Lowe, leader of Restore Britain, has just fired the first serious shot back. He has released an open letter to the Home Secretary demanding that MPs from every party block these routes and sign a binding pledge. Anyone who arrives through them will be deported. No exceptions, no amnesties, no quiet backdoor integration. And he is refusing to wait until the 2029 election, because by then it will already be too late. Before we break down the letter that is already sending shockwaves through Westminster, I want to hear from you. Is it time to stop Labour importing thousands more fake refugees? Type yes in the comments if you agree with Rupert Lowe. Smash that like button and let's get into the cross-party fight that could change everything. Rupert Lowe's move starts with a direct, no-nonsense challenge to Parliament. He has written to the Home Secretary opposing Labour's plan to import thousands more refugees through legal routes, and has invited every MP, Reform, Conservative, Northern Irish and Independents, to sign. The letter is not a polite request for discussion. It is a demand for a clear line in the sand. Lowe is crystal clear in his own words. He says, "I have invited all MPs to sign this open letter to the Home Secretary, opposing Labour's plan to import thousands more refugees through legal routes. All MPs who sign are pledging to legislate to deport anyone who has arrived using these new routes. We must draw a line now." So far, only one MP has put their name to it, former Conservative Minister Gavin Williamson. Lowe gave him credit with the simple phrase, fair play. But he is now publicly calling on Reform UK, the Tories, and anyone else with a backbone to add their signatures before the numbers become irreversible. The letter targets Labour's community sponsorship, student and employer routes, which are set to begin modestly with hundreds annually and then grow into thousands. Lowe knows the pattern. Once the machinery exists, lobbyists, universities and businesses will push for expansion, and the British public will be left footing the bill. Lowe argues that the British taxpayer should not be the world's open welfare office. This isn't about hate, it's about survival. The routes are sold as modest and controlled, but the trajectory is obvious. Hundreds today, thousands tomorrow, an endless stream dressed up as compassion. He has made it plain that he is working with anyone willing to stop it. The heart of the letter is the deportation commitment. Every signatory must pledge to legislate for the removal of anyone who uses these new schemes. Lowe is refusing to let the issue drift until the next election cycle, because he knows that by 2029 the routes will be embedded and removal will be portrayed as heartless. He said, "Stopping this cannot wait until 2029. It will be too late." Lowe continued, "I have written an open letter to the Home Secretary opposing it. I have requested support from Reform, Conservative, Northern Irish and Independent MPs, stating our opposition and making it clear that anyone who arrives through this scheme will be deported. We need cross-party support to make this point. It is vital. If enough MPs do it, we can stop it." This is the line in the sand. Signatories are not just expressing concern, they are committing to future legislation that treats these arrivals as removable. One signature is already on the page. The question is how many more MPs will add theirs before the schemes scale up and the political cost of removal becomes too high. Lowe is forcing the issue into the open now, while the numbers are still relatively small and public anger can still be mobilised.
Lowe is deliberately reaching across party lines because he knows one signature is not enough. He has written to Reform, the Conservatives and Independents alike. His message is blunt and unapologetic. Reform, Tory, whoever, it doesn't matter. Now is the time to put aside party politics and work together in Parliament to ensure that we do not import an endless stream of third world scumbags into our country. He is also unapologetic about the source countries. Lowe said, "I am apocalyptically angry about Labour's plan to import thousands and thousands more fake refugees from Sudan, Eritrea and other third-world dumps through safe routes." The 2029 trap is real. By the next election, these routes will be embedded, numbers will have grown into the thousands, and removing people will be portrayed as heartless. Lowe's plan is to make the deportation pledge politically costly to ignore right now, while the schemes are still small. He has invited all MPs to sign the open letter and has made it clear that the pledge is non-negotiable. The goal is simple: create a parliamentary majority that treats these arrivals as removable from day one. Home Office statistics already paint a clear picture. Sudanese and Eritrea nationals are among the top small boat arrivals. Adding sponsored safe routes on top of that is not compassion, it is policy failure on an industrial scale. The community sponsorship, student and employer schemes are being sold as tightly controlled, yet the same countries that dominate illegal crossings will dominate the legal ones too. Lowe is refusing to play the usual Westminster game of pretending the two are separate. He sees them as two sides of the same coin. By demanding deportation for anyone who arrives through the new routes, he is closing the loophole before it opens wider. The letter makes it explicit that signatories must commit to legislation that removes these arrivals, regardless of which party is in power after the next election. This letter lands at a moment of total establishment failure. Labour is accelerating legal routes, while small boat arrivals from the same high-risk countries continue. The Safe Route label is a marketing exercise that lets ministers claim they are stopping the boats while quietly opening new pipelines. Critics will call the language inflammatory, but the facts are stubborn. Lowe is working with anyone willing to draw that deep line, and he has already secured Gavin Williamson's signature. Rupert Lowe has shaken the system by forcing the deportation question into the open and demanding cross-party signatures. One MP has stepped up. The rest of Parliament now faces a simple choice: sign and commit to removal, or explain to voters why they refused while the numbers keep rising. I want to hear from you. Do you support this open letter and the deportation pledge? Is it time to draw the line now instead of waiting until 2029? Type yes in the comments if you back Rupert Lowe's stand. This is a defining moment for our country. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update on who signs next, smash the like button, and I will see you in the next broadcast.